the property from,
The Griffiths?
is that?
Okay,
Oh.
it's 7 o'clock, so we're gonna go ahead and start this meeting of the Killingworth Planning and Zoning Commission. Just gonna call it to order and make a note that Stephanie will be sitting in for Jeff Cook for this meeting, and other than that, we have full slate and the alternates here, so thanks everyone for coming. Any visitors in the group, in the crowd that aren't part of regular business? That have announcement, anything you want, I mean, so you're under new business, right?
Yeah.
So anybody, new business also?
Yeah.
And you're a visitor also?
He's supporting.
Okay, so yeah, you'll all speak when it comes to your application, so there's no need to have any brief comments now. This is in case there's just someone who wants to make an opportunity for a minute or two to make some brief public comments about related to planning and zoning. So since everyone that's visiting is here on business, we'll get your names when we come to that order of business. Tom, do you want to make a motion about the order?
Yeah, I move to, item number 5. Old business, move it to, make it item number 6. No, item number 7, new business, and make item number 7, new business. Item number 5, old business, switch them. Switch 3 and 5.
Could I have a second?
3 and
Mhm. Second.
5. 3
Okay,
and 5.
all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so 5 and 7 are being swapped.
5 and 7.
Yeah, for the interest of the people who are here,
Thank
the
you.
applicants, yep. It'll give us more time to talk about accessory and commercial without feeling, pressed for time. Okay, item number 3 is approval of the minutes. We had 2 minutes last month. We had the special meeting minutes. So can I have first of all, any exceptions or revisions to those? Yep, I thought they were good. So can I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so the special meeting minutes are approved. Same thing for regular meeting minutes, a few more pages, but longer meeting. Anyone have any revisions, exceptions? I didn't. Okay, so can I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay, Lisa makes a motion.
Second.
Tom seconds it. The same people. Jamie, if you have any questions on who did either, let me know. Just speak up. All right, so all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay, so that's approved unanimously, both of those minutes. And now we move on to 4, communications and bills. I just tonight got some invoices from Howler and Sage, but I'll put them in next month's communications. We did get the clerk's invoice. Everyone gets a copy of that. I reviewed it, approved it, signed off, put it in the basket here. So that was really the only communication I'm aware of. If anyone else gets communication related to P and Z, you can always forward it to me, whether it's email or snail mail. Okay, so now because of the swap, we're gonna go into new business. And just before we do 401, I was just gonna mention 401, we can review and approve tonight. 402 and 403 require a public hearing, but we'll still hear from the applicants to hear about their application and also, discuss it at this meeting. We just can't make a motion to approve it, but 401, the first one we can. If all the materials here, Linda, would we have everything needed for that application? 401, so that would be Robert and Beth Fair, 64 Route 80, and there's extra copies here. I don't know if you want to pass those down. They were emailed to everybody, I think, a couple days ago, right?
Yeah, I have the health, that's I just couldn't remember, and I do have the health approval, so.
You still need that?
No, we
Oh, yeah,
have it, so I
okay.
have everything.
I didn't get them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, was this one emailed or was this just in box?
The
The hard copies.
hard copies were in basket, everything else was emailed.
Okay.
They may have missed you. They were probably done before you signed it.
Oh, yeah, I gave your email, Richard, to Jamie, so she has it now for all. Make sure you're in the future correspondence. So, yeah, does the applicant want to summarize what they're applying for?
Could you move your sign? I can't see.
Oh.
Oh, it's a sign, sorry. Yes.
So we have
Thank you.
Robert or Beth here, or they're,
Jason, Beth is here.
Yeah.
Jason never got.
okay, Jason's gonna,
Never got consulting.
all right,
Green card for the water company.
okay.
Jamie,
Do you got that? Jason never got, is presenting, okay.
so the application is for an accessory dwelling unit, one bedroom accessory dwelling unit for their son. Gonna be in an existing garage that's on the property. It's on the second floor. The parcel's 11.3 acres. And that buildable area is 8.14. So we're gonna be doing a new septic system and well for this. That's why we're in front of you today, because you can't really feasibly tie into the existing septic system, just as grades. The existing house is 3,035 square feet, and ADU is just under 700. So it's like 22 or 23%. So everything here meets the zoning requirements for an ADU. We have CRAD approval. There's no wetlands in the area. And we notified the water companies it's in the Connecticut Water Company watershed. So here's the existing garage. There's going to be a carport on the south side. And septic's all going to be in the south, and the wells will be the south. I mean, north, yeah. So the property is an interior lot on the south side of Airbnb. That it's access through a common driveway. It's kind of when you get to the top of the hill by Tower Hill.
All right, and, you have the plans too, the building plans? I submitted.
I don't know if they've been submitted to the.
We have, yeah, I did get it, I just didn't know if you brought it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Probably got happy.
It's in the back.
Yeah, I want to have it here too, so. So all set? or- Done. Okay. Any questions from the commission? My question is, the ground floor, that's all existing, including the workshop?
Yeah, the whole thing, the
Okay.
only thing that's proposed are the stairs and the
And all
carport.
the second floor, oh yeah, the
Yeah.
carport, and then all the second floor partitions, right?
Yes,
And
furnishings,
You're not expanding the footprint at all.
other than the carport.
Right.
Right there, no,
Okay, that's it?
that's it.
Yes. Where does this interior stairs land? Coming down, where does that interior stairs land?
We're gonna put an exterior staircase to the apartment, the interior stairs. I guess they'll,
There's
By
two sets
anyone.
of stairs, right?
Right.
Yeah,
The
it's the
interior,
same.
the interior stairs from second floor can't enter into the garage.
it does pardon me, is that all right for me to speak?
Yes.
It does, but it'll have to be shut off somehow with the
Right.
access, because currently it does just go up from the garage. There's a 3-bay garage, the middle bay accesses the
It's
upstairs.
just unfinished now.
Unfinished, and we will close that off somehow. And then make the access to the apartment on the outside, on the north side of the building, in the carport somehow.
So that door on the north wall is an existing that's proposed
There's two doors. There's a proposed one and the one that's closest
on
to
the
the,
workshop one, right? Yeah,
That's a workshop one, that'll stay private in the downstairs.
that's the existing one?
Yes.
And the one in the middle is the new, okay. So Richard, is that, so if there's a fire on the second floor, they don't accidentally go down into the garage?
No, it's just, you can't leave the apartment and then, and exit into a garage.
Right.
Right,
You could turn the stairs around and exit to the outside, but you can't enter into a garage. The stairs has to be separate.
And
Yeah,
that's,
you could block it off and do a hallway or something.
Yeah.
Sheetrock and everything.
Yep.
but that stairway goes both to the back outdoors and could go into the garage, right? Either one.
No, it can't open
So
into the
that-
garage.
Currently doesn't, but it will,
Right.
right, we will
So
block
that
it
door
off, so
that door shown will be
that
locked
door,
shut or become a wall, the base of the stairs in the garage then?
I think the separation will be upstairs, you enter upstairs, or looks like there's a door.
That'll be closed, right?
That'll be closed.
Okay, so you can't, okay, got it. Maybe that should be clarified on here then if it's not,
Yeah, I think the building official will see
okay.
Yeah, it'll be on the building approval, building permit.
I know a question that sometimes comes up, is there any additional lighting, especially on the second floor, outdoor lighting being added or?
can be considered probably an outdoor light facing north for
Over the doorway,
over the doorway, but we don't intend to have.
but not a floodlight up at the peak,
No,
right?
no. And we've been in contact with our neighbor, where it's shown on this map as the Jurowitz. They own the access, this property is access to a right of way owned by the first property owner and the second property owner, Paul Cobby and Holly Cohen and her husband, Jonathan Cohen. They own the right of way to our property. Cohens own a strip of grassland on our side. The road goes through. They have a little strip of grassland and they have verbally granted us an easement across the corner, which Roger was supposed to show, but I don't know if I see it.
Yeah,
there.
so instead of the driveway coming around here, if they're able to get the easement, it'll come right in through here.
So the Cohens have verbally given, we haven't dealt with the attorney, but they live in Miami in the winters and here in the summer. So verbally, they were concerned that they wouldn't be able to see it, so they gave us the access closest to our entryway. So
The only questions I have on this sheet is where it shows the H for the depth of the number 6 stone. Where's the table or calculation that tells you what that depth needs to be? That's yeah, in the bottom left corner.
Oh, this is for the leaching system.
Yeah, the leaching field.
So we're using, that's just the table. We're using 6212, so it's the,
Depth of that.
yeah, it's this larger hatched area.
Yeah, my question is how thick is that? Do you know?
That's 12 inches.
Oh, okay. all right.
So yeah, they have a standard detail. The H is for, they have a standard detail all the way up to 36, from 6 to 36.
Oh, since you're using, you say since you're using the 6212, it's 12.
Yeah, so it's 12 inches.
There's the table. Okay, sorry, I missed that. And this was kind of minor, but in the distribution box, it showed the in and out at 90 degrees to each other, but that's just schematic, right? Because they're going to be in line with each other, I think. You go in and out like on opposite sides of the box. I think.
Yeah, that's what I don't know if you have a different distribution box over here.
Yeah, the pipe goes in from the south and goes out to the north, right?
Yeah.
And just in the schematic down the bottom, it shows there.
Oh, yeah, that's just a
schematic.
standard
Okay, all
detail.
right, okay. Yeah, I'm being a little picky, but okay.
yeah, I appreciate your attention to detail. I have no idea what you're talking about, but
Yeah.
it sounds good.
Yeah, those don't need to be any, revisions. I was just curious. Okay. Anyone else? All right, so, all right, why don't we, does someone want to make a motion to approve application 401?
I'd make a motion to approve application 401.
second it.
Okay, Stephanie seconds it. I would just say, well, would that motion be with the, just, with the, condition that they show that that door be replaced with a wall, I guess, on the garage door to be shown as a wall, yeah?
On the building
For
permit
proposed.
or on these drawings?
Well, it'll be on the plans that they give the,
Final milers.
yeah.
The building official's gonna catch all that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
gonna be
all
on
right,
the
so we
building.
don't need to even
We
say
don't
it's a
need
condition, all right, then, all right, so there's been a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it's approved, application 401.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Very much.
Jason.
Thanks for coming.
Can I carry something for you?
Thank you.
Okay, the next one is application 402, Patrick Dooley, 2 Overlook Farms, a 2-lot re-subdivision. And this will require a public hearing, but Patrick, go ahead and present it and tell us what you're planning to do, and we can have discussions on it.
Sure. What would you like? Just something similar, summarization of what Jason just gave you?
Yeah, and if there's, I know you're probably still submitting materials, right, Linda, for now for this? Is everything in?
Everything but the final health that we need, showing that the reserves and the can be
Yeah.
where you put them.
Okay. I can definitely check. I emailed Joe Renigan and he said it's all that's to standard, so.
Okay, well, we just need something from,
Yeah.
from the health district,
Sure.
from Melissa, to
Okay.
sign off on it, that's all.
Definitely. So yeah, Overlook Farms Road is my grandparents' property, 5.78 acres, and proposal is to subdivide the lot into their parcel would be, it's like 2.14 acres, I think, if you have it in front of you, and then the new lot would be whatever the rest is. And the reason being, we had a total of 4.34, I think, buildable acres for the whole entire property. So split it in half, we tried to get it down the middle, and so you got 2.14 for one, buildable acres, and 2.14 for the other. And we had Joe Snarsky was the last name, came out and did the soil survey for that. So yeah, that's the goal. Some contingencies, I guess you could say, is we want to have a driveway that comes in off Overlook Farms, but this lot doesn't touch Overlook Farms Road. There's a piece of property that the association owns there. And so I've gotten basically a written permission, not an official easement yet, but basically a written permission for purposes of this application saying they've granted me an easement. And what else? It's got 200 people frontage
That's
on.
for 2 short driveways, right? For both of the driveways, or one exists?
One
What
exists.
is this?
And the
Yeah,
reason, yeah, and he's looking to do the driveway on Overlook, so he doesn't have to, because he probably would not get a driveway permit on Route 80.
And you'll have the easement memorialized in a deed or.
Yeah, it'll be part of the, when he files the Mylar and
Right.
does the deed and everything, it'll be part of the deed.
yeah.
But they did give a written that, yes, they are
Right,
good with granting it.
right.
So you did a similar procedure for the other one that exists? That, because they both go through the easement area.
That
Yeah.
was done, because you're,
30 decades ago.
yeah,
Um,
when
okay,
Overlook
yeah.
Farms was developed.
All right, so that was a granted then, right? At least for that one.
Yeah.
Is it the short one that's the new one then?
No, the short one is existing, yeah.
So it's lot 1 that's the new lot?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep,
right.
sorry, yep.
I got it, okay, all right. Thanks.
Was that ever part of the Overlook Farms subdivision?
So,
No, your
no,
grandfather.
but it was subdivided before that. So there's Overlook Farms Association that was divided maybe early 90s. And it seems like there's nothing official written we've found, but we found a map that calls it Partridge Knoll subdivision. And they have Overlook Farms, like 60 acres, my grandparents' lot 3, and then another lot. So it seems that there was a subdivision, so that's why we're doing the public hearing, because it seems it's a re-subdivision, not just a split from an original lot.
And you're creating just one lot.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Well, it'll be 2 lots when
Oh,
we divide it.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
one new lot. Yeah.
One new lot, yeah.
1 and 2.
Because 3 is the magic.
And it's okay to have frontage on a road that your driveway doesn't go to? Okay, all right, I didn't know, that's a little unusual, but I agree, it's better to go on to Overlook than Route 80. then.
Yeah, and I want to go through DOT approval and place down the sight line there.
Yeah,
You may or
so-
may not get it, so.
I'm okay as long as, yeah, that's not
Yeah.
not allowed in the code, okay, all right, thanks.
Yeah, the plan is it'll be a colonial style house, so it'll kind of match the neighborhood. They're all colonials, 2,500 square foot, just a typical, got like a little kitchen nook off the side, typical basement. It's showing septic in the front, but I think we're gonna redevise and have it planned in the backyard. So I'm going through working with the civil engineer right now, and so we'll submit that once he's finished.
But you just need to show that you can have a
Just viable,
septic.
yeah.
and-
If they put in another house, will they need a new well?
Good question. Yep. Yes, so a new well, yep,
Okay.
Well, septic.
yes, yes, sir, yep.
And is this a house you're building for yourself or?
Oh, yes, yeah, great question,
Okay.
yeah. For myself and my family, my wife and children, yep. Attached garage with option for bonus room upstairs. What else? Wetlands is over 100 feet from anything we're doing, even including cutting trees. So we just met with them last week and they were, okay,
And they'll do their formal approval next month.
They did.
Well, they'll do
They
it
will.
next month because they have to do two
Okay,
months.
before our meeting.
The
Yeah,
wetlands
for
are all
way
along
before
the,
yours.
the east side of that.
Yeah,
right?
so it's just a
Lot one.
formality because it's a re-subdivision, it has to go to wetlands.
Yeah, obviously we'll get a chance to do a full review before the next one, but if you see anything now, speak up. So Patrick can make adjustments.
So the engineer did soil testing. Will they have the subsurface disposal plan before the next meeting?
yeah, what do you mean by subsoil?
Subsurface disposals plan. That's what they're waiting on. from-
What I'm waiting on is they do have a septic system designed and approved, except the reserve is located in the same exact spot, so we just need the health to say, yes, they can do that. They don't have to put it in another location.
Yeah, I think specifically, I think that's what Melissa's waiting on.
I haven't reached, I think next year with her after our conversation. I only talked to
Okay.
my engineer.
Yeah,
So,
so, yeah, but yeah, he should have it for next month's meeting.
Yeah, I see tables with perk tests, but no data in them, I guess. I don't know if there's a reason for that or not. I see deep test pit data.
oh, good question. Yeah, only two, right? Two were required, I think, 2 perk tests. We
Yeah,
did
there's 2 boxes.
what's the requirement? I think it's two perk,
on
one
mine.
for the new lot, I think, one for the new lot. But we did several test pits to see what the topography was like, see how deep we could go in certain areas, trying to figure out a good spot for the septic essentially.
Yeah, like in September, it looks like.
Yeah.
I don't see I guess it dropped right away that there isn't even no time on it. Okay. All right, thanks. All right, well, like I said, there's just some discussion and questions and answers right now. We aren't gonna vote on it. But Linda or Tom, should we set a public hearing for next month on this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so this meeting. All right, so Jamie, yeah, we're gonna set a public hearing for public meeting next month for application 402.
Jamie's got the public hearing notice ready to go.
She's way ahead of me, right?
Yeah.
On this, yeah. So okay, so I guess that's it. Everyone's got a copy of this. If anything changes, Linda, just let us know. Or
I will send you anything new I got.
anything new.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, thanks, Patrick.
Cool, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank
And
you.
the public hearing will just be same, it's like was this the third Tuesday?
Yeah, it's always the third Tuesday.
It'll be the 18th at 7 o'clock here.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll have the public hearing first thing, and then we'll have a regular meeting after, and in a regular meeting is when we'll vote on it.
Okay.
But the public hearing will be a chance to present and hear both sides, or, people for or against it,
And so
and ask questions.
model it similar to how Jason just did
Yeah.
it, just. go
Yeah,
through.
but the public hearing's a little more formal where you present and we'll, public, you invite butters, right, to that?
Well, you don't invite,
Not-
you notify them.
Notify them,
You have
yeah,
the
right.
voters list.
Yep, and they,
They can,
yeah, I sent them.
Okay.
that.
yeah,
Butters.
so now that we know the day of the public hearing, yeah, they'll be notified and they can come and speak, for or against it, or, discuss it. we can ask more questions at that time and then we'd vote on it after the hearing. Okay,
Cool.
all right.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
And then 403, we have even less information that just what came today,
yeah, it came today.
and that's
Well,
also,
it came yesterday.
all right, but
I wasn't here yesterday, but it came yesterday.
we don't have, Tom Stevens or anyone here to.
No, because he knew it was just gonna be a
Okay,
set for public hearing, so.
then is there anything you want to tell us about this one? I didn't
haven't
even know
even
what it
looked yet.
is.
I
Oh, it's a
haven't.
re-subdivision, right?
Yeah, it's a re-subdivision, 2-lot re-subdivision.
Same
Um,
idea.
Yeah, they went to wetlands, they'll vote on it next month, it's kind of a standard.
So you want to schedule a public hearing?
Yeah, same thing,
Okay.
yep. So we'll have a public hearing. Would that be in the same public hearing or do we have to have
Two
two
separate
public hearings?
ones.
Okay, yeah, then Jamie will have, yeah, a separate one for 403.
Yep, she's got it ready to go.
Okay. Both in November. Okay, so that's A through C. D is about the meeting schedule for next year. That was emailed. I have spare copies, but the easiest way to describe it is it's the third Tuesday of every month.
Except,
There's an exception.
oh no, we kept them, that's
Yeah,
right.
right. We were gonna tweak January and February, but this is the schedule. The only thing I saw, because I'm Irish, I noticed St. Patrick's Day we have a meeting. I was almost gonna cancel that one, but I'll let it go.
We'll bring you a chaperone.
Okay, there you go, yeah. We'll go for a green beer afterwards, right, if anybody wants one. All right, so, yeah, like, none of the other ones fall on holidays. Yeah, there was, what is it? Board of Appeals?
Yeah,
meets
ZBA,
Monday,
yeah,
yeah, there was a little
couple.
wrinkle there, but they agreed to go,
To
push theirs
Wednesday.
from Monday to Wednesday, so they didn't push us into Wednesday, so. And I got this from the town, which is just a list of the official town holidays for next year, if you wanna make a note of it or take a picture, but none of them are the third Tuesdays that I could see, but mostly on Mondays, holidays. So if anybody does see a conflict, speak up, otherwise we'll submit this in the next, maybe the end of this week. Jamie, if you don't hear from anyone by the end of this week, then, well, I could submit it, I guess, right? Either one of us?
Are you gonna do a motion tonight to approve it, or you're gonna wait for the next meeting?
No, I guess we could do that tonight. It's pretty straightforward. So that's a good point. So can I have a motion on this agenda, schedule?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, so this draft, meeting schedule is approved tonight. It'll be our schedule for next year. And then Jamie, you and I can get it submitted to the clerk, so that January, we're not having a special meeting, because it came late. All right. All right, that does it for new business. So move into CEO's report.
Don't really have a lot. It's been busy with permits and working on the regs. Couple complaints we have, someone was complaining about River Road again,
Complaining about what?
River Road.
About slow to develop or,
Know that, he's got gravel, he's mining gravel. I mean, I have another complaint on further down on River Road that I'm gonna go take a look at tomorrow, so I will drive by it. I know, that's the only one we have a complaint on, nobody else has seen anything. I know Glenn, chairman of the IWWC, is out there like every week because he's a sexton of the cemetery that backs up to it. He's seen nothing out there that indicates any issues, so.
because I thought all their excavation was done once the house.
It was,
foundation
I mean, I know they have
backfilled, right?
they still have some dirt from where they dug out the foundation that they are using in piles that they are using to grade
Around the house,
around the house and do their landscaping, so.
but if they spread all their topsoil everywhere, I know in the front they did. I just
Right,
don't
they
know
still have
about-
some in the back to spread from the foundation, but
But not excavating or trucking in or out.
not that anyone has noticed or besides one person, so.
Speaking of trucking things in and out, I know, that farm pond, they Seems like there's bigger,
Yeah.
bigger piles of
There is.
sand there.
I know, and Glenn was
I'm not
out
sure
there,
what that's
Glenn was
about.
out there the other day, so I haven't talked to him, so,
All
you
right.
know, he went out over the weekend to take a look at it, cause one of the commission members on wetlands also noticed
Just
it.
wondering, yeah, it's not just dredging, and I know the pond just upstream of that is very low because of being a dry summer, I assume.
Right,
Not because he drained it to fill his pond or anything.
right, yeah, no,
yeah.
no, but that's, cause that's
Yeah,
water company land, so
Yeah, yeah.
they would definitely not allow that, so, so yeah. We will
Okay.
go from there on that. So,
Okay, any other report items other than?
no, there is training in November, if anyone is interested. It's basically the same training that anyone who already took,
The land use training?
the land use training, so if you are elected, it is a requirement to take it, so I can send you the
Yeah.
information on it, so.
I have a question, because if
Yeah.
I get reelected, I want to do the one on November 15.
Yeah.
But I can't make an official request right now. I have to wait till after.
Oh, because you're running, you're up again, right, yeah, so, I mean, you can just go ahead and register. And what you do is you'll have to pay for it, and then once you finish it, submit your bill to
Yeah.
Gina and she'll,
Is that gonna be at the extension center?
yeah,
Okay, that's good.
yeah, it's a
I
Saturday.
thought you already did that.
And
No.
have you done it before or no?
What?
Have you done the training before or no?
Yeah, I'm up to, I've taken the beginner, the advanced, and I think the next one is hoo-ha advanced something.
Oh, this isn't, it's
Well,
not the
it's-
basic one or?
It says
Same.
it's,
It's all the same thing.
yeah, it's still the
Yeah,
same,
it was,
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
so,
sorry, I have no idea, this is.
And for new members,
Sam.
same thing, if you're staying on the committees pending the election, then that would be, you know, a good
Yeah.
class to go to as soon as you. I don't know, is our next meeting is the 18th, so it'd be the weekend before this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be
Yeah.
good timing to do that, you'll get the land use book and learn a little bit more about planning and zoning regulations and stuff. So just be aware of that, because I won't be, you know, reminding you until our next meeting, now it'll be too late.
yeah,
Unless, Linda, you want to remind everybody?
yeah,
like,
yeah,
After the election, maybe.
yeah,
Okay,
I can send it out.
thanks for the heads up on that. Okay, so then we can move on to item 5, which is old business.
Yeah, I would suggest we do the accessory apartment first, because I think that will be the fastest one to do.
Okay.
Maybe. So most of what is here, that I sent you has a, guys, meets the, state standards that, you know, went into effect in 2021 that you guys we haven't gotten up to date with. So. Did send them out yesterday. I'm not sure if you all had a chance to take a look at them. So, and these are all based on the state guidelines and, a review by Attorney Grants.
I was gonna say they seem longer, but I had double-sided last time.
Oh,
It's single-sided now. Yeah, it seems like some of the things we, just based on from my notes, some of the things we were debating before was, whether 20 acres to have a caretaker's apartment seemed too high.
right, you guys had said send it to 10. And I'm just calling it an accessory apartment with, if you have more than 10 acres, you can come before you and ask for the 3 bedrooms, the 1,600 square feet,
Okay.
instead of a caretaker, because basically the definition was exactly the same. So it was kind of silly to have the same exact definition, so I removed that definition.
Yeah, I don't even see it right. Yeah, you crossed it off.
Yeah, and then, the ones done by zoning permit, I had originally had 3 separate ones. And Attorney Brands suggested that they just be combined into one.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I did that, and based on what you had said, I said 2 bedrooms. And then if it's less than 10 acres and they want more than 1,000 square feet or the 33%, they can come before you and you can make that decision.
Yeah, we struck out 33%, right? Said up to 1,000 square feet.
Well,
Oh, no.
because if you have a 4,000 square foot house, 33% is bigger than 1,000 square feet, so. Or do you, I mean, I can do 1,000,
Yeah,
whatever
we
you
have it
want.
or, right? There's two conditions, right? That we're. Oh, yeah, so it's, larger than 33%. Or 1,000 square feet.
Mhm.
Linda, maybe you could kind of give a little bird's eye view of why we're doing this. But, and with the changes in the state
Right,
statute.
so,
I mean, it's, one on the 33%. How come now it says the dwelling unit larger than 33% or 1,000 square feet? Shouldn't it be less than?
are you where the special exception is?
Yeah, accessory dwelling unit by
Right.
special exception.
Right, so that's.
Oh, that's why. So if you.
Yeah,
flip it-
if it's 33% or 1,000 square feet, it's an
Then
as
you
of
need-
right.
Right. Otherwise, if it exceeds that, then you can
Right.
apply a special exception. Okay, sorry.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah, and so the reason it's an as of right is back in 2021, I can't remember, I want to say 21. The state passed a huge housing bill that included accessory apartments to be allowed in any residential dwelling zone anywhere in the state. And those were their guidelines were 30% or 1,000 square feet in 1 bedroom. Regardless of detached, attached, it didn't matter, but anyone can have one. So if you have 1/10 of an acre and you can meet all the zoning, you still have to meet all your zoning requirements of your town as far as side yard setbacks and stuff. But if you've got 1/4 of an acre or 10, and you can fit something on there, you can have it. You know, you can maybe convert part of your house or something, you know. So. And for, us, you also, and have to meet health codes, so.
Well, we wouldn't have the case where someone has a 1/4 acre because they're 2 acres zoning, right? So,
It says any lot,
Any lots.
any lot.
oh,
So if we have one, because I know there's a house for sale, that old stone house is is less than an acre on 79, that's for sale. It's less than an acre, so you do have a few here and there and you do have some that are an acre.
It also, as I recall, reading the new statute at the time, it says on any lot, it doesn't differentiate between residential and commercial.
Any residential lot, meaning any place there's a single family home.
It says residential?
Well, it says any lot, there's a single family home on it. So if you have like a 4
So-
family, you don't get automatically. an
so
as
there
of
wouldn't be
right.
a single family home on a commercial.
Okay.
property.
Well,
It's the way to, right, make sure it doesn't apply to commercial or industrial.
Well, if there's a many towns have single family homes where they've changed their districts and they're commercial now or something,
Route
so.
80, you've got a single family home on commercial property on Route 80 headed out of town on the right,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
just beyond Bullbag.
So the condition is of lot where there's a home existing, right?
Yeah, wherever there's a single
Regardless
family
of
home,
what kind of zone it's in.
correct.
And I think the one that Rich is talking about, they're doing an ADU there?
Weren't they trying to get one above the garage?
Oh, that one, yeah, they are. The one, that's actually an industrial zone.
Yeah.
It's an industrial zone, but Papuch's property has a residential house on it.
Mhm.
The one on the right side of the house, yeah, so, there's a few of them scattered about. I mean, and then you have down 81, some of those are residential houses still. So, there are some.
And all these definitions have been struck are now in the definition section.
Right, and exactly, we're gonna take all the definitions, instead of putting in the reg, we're just gonna move them all to the definition section. And you guys had asked for a floor area and a kitchen definition, so. And the accessory apartment, definition is what's taken from the state statute.
So when did we change our reg? What year was that? Was that in
2016.
16, 17? I can't remember.
Some of it was amended in 23, but it was amended wrong.
Oh, we spent, I think it was 7 months.
Yeah, some of it was in 23, but it didn't meet the code the law that was in effect.
We spent 7 full months going over this accessory dwelling unit regulation, trying to find a way to make it easier to create more housing opportunities. We really worked hard on it, and there was a lot of disagreement and so forth. We finally got it. We got it done, and within a month.
I came along and said it
No,
doesn't work.
within a matter of months or maybe the next year, the state passed something that overrode all of that and gave it even more flexibility.
Right, so,
There's actually some stuff in here that doesn't align with the building code, but they'll catch it on that.
Right. But, case in point, we had a provision in our reg, this was a compromise, that you couldn't have an accessory dwelling unit in a new subdivision for 1 year. New subdivision, it had to exist for a year before you could put an in-law apartment, basically, accessory dwelling unit. That's gone because of the state statute.
well, yeah, you also had a minimum floor area of 400 square feet or something, so
Right.
that's gone because there's no minimum size floor area in the state building code.
Actually, there is, and that's where we get caught.
Oh, because I was taught there wasn't.
Here it is.
Huh.
Habitable space is defined as minimum 7 by 10, 70 square feet for a habitable room.
Right, that's a
habitable
bedroom,
space.
right,
There's also tiny homes.
right,
So but there is stuff in the building code that somebody could come in and it won't work.
right.
So it's still important to have a definition for floor area.
Right, we have the definition, this is what we came up with based on what many of the surrounding towns are using, so we're not counting unfinished basements, we're not counting attic space,
So
garages.
what's the minimum area?
Depends on how it's qualified. So a minimum bedroom is actually 7 by 10. Unless you categorize it as a tiny home, which falls under a whole nother set of rules. And that would be up to the applicant when they come in on how they want to do that. Because you actually have to have 3 components for a dwelling unit, and they're only specifying 2. You have to have a kitchen, you have to have bedroom, living area, and you have to have a bathroom, a full bath.
So the state doesn't have the right definition then.
But because it wouldn't be an ADU if it were an addition on a house and you were sharing a bathroom.
Right,
Now it's an addition on the house, you're adding a bedroom. So you have to have separate facilities to make it an ADU.
So what is there a minimum size for an ADU? For a tiny home?
There are, and it's around 400 square feet.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
And also if somebody builds a tiny home, but it happens to be on wheels. Do that.
It's not a tiny home, it's a trailer.
yeah. that's
And you're not,
different.
and I believe the zoning regs don't allow trailers for more than so many weeks on a lot.
Right.
6 months or something.
Yeah.
6 months on, right, and then, yeah, there's a whole.
Then you have to
But
make it
that's-
a hot dog stand.
Yeah. you turn it into a hot
So,
dog
But
stand.
if you
You
pulled,
can
if
stay.
you pulled the tiny home and took the wheels off, put it on blocks.
Like a mobile home,
Like Jensen.
like a trail,
Yeah,
right,
I
yeah.
don't know.
the older ones.
Speaking
A
of,
tiny home can have a bedroom that's a loft.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's certain head requirements and size requirements for that.
Right.
So it's a whole nother chapter in one of 10 books.
Are you aware of any town that is getting a lot of activity with tiny homes?
Not a lot of tiny homes. We did have one developer wanted to come in and do a tiny home cluster.
Yeah.
And I don't think it worked because there was no way to get the infrastructure in. Because now now you go back into health,
Right,
because health drives community septic systems.
right.
And then they drive the community well. And it didn't work because of that.
About how big were the cottage homes? 800,000 square feet?
The ones we looked at?
Yeah. Somewhere around eight.
About
They
900.
varied. There were like three sizes.
No, actually, they were.
Someone up to 15, right?
Yeah, some went up to 15.
But there was little as maybe 8.
Yeah.
They weren't tiny homes, but they were medium homes, I guess you'd call them.
So,
It's a great concept if you can find the property to do it.
this is a project that Paul and I went over and looked at in Guilford.
Yep.
They put up 8, 9, 10
Cottages, yeah.
basically cottage, really nice. They did a nice job. And they all own their own lot, is that right, Paul? Is that, am I remembering? that?
Yeah, I think there were property lines.
Oh, were
that
they on
subdivided,
sewer, though?
yeah. They each had their own well. He said if he did it again, they would have one community well.
Yeah, and no, I think they were
They
on
were on
septic.
septic there.
Yeah. They had a shared septic. Yeah, and it worked. I mean, came out nice.
There's areas here in town, if you can find the right parcel, there's enough sand and gravel
Yep,
that you'll get your perk rates.
yeah.
Well, they were saying what made it cost effective is that they got a grant or they got the land pretty cheap, and that's why Eric's looking at potential municipal land for that, right?
Yeah, it was,
Or active adult community.
it was almost like a miracle that this even worked. And the cost of the land, to buy the land was crazy. So we started floating the idea of, well, do we have any municipal land that we could donate to a project like that, to a developer?
And then that's gonna come down to the deed restrictions that were put on the property when it was sold to the town and gifted to the town.
Yeah,
Yeah, these were the homes who could pass that.
oh, yeah.
Oops. Yeah, they can. Swipe left or right, but when Tom mentioned we did revise them in 2016, we did it in 11, 2012, 13, 16, and 21. Like Linda said, the latest one was 23.
Yeah, 21 is the one where we made the big changes.
Big changes, yeah.
Big
And then the
changes.
town, then the state came in.
Hmm?
And then the state came in.
Yeah, right.
All right, so are there any, other than what Linda passed out, the revisions, pretty significant because of state statutes? Anyone else see anything else? Otherwise, we'll.
One of the other things I did do in the accessory was the required off-street parking. First off, it was, you wrote it said section 599A, and that wasn't the right section. So it was in the wrong section, but I took it out altogether because the state right now does not require any parking, any maximum. So on the advice of Attorney Branch, we could say each unit has to have one parking space, or we can just leave it, don't need to even bring it in. So. And I did also add a definition of site plan. Because, when and that's one of the other things, and we can get probably more into that with the commercial part, is we say approval by site plan, but we don't have any criteria. What makes a site plan? What's needed, so.
Okay, that's good.
And so, yeah, if you guys want to take a look at that site plan definition and any changes, Richard, I would appreciate.
Yeah, I'll look through it. I just got it today, so I
I
didn't
know.
get a chance to.
Site plan definition, the back of it, or,
It's in with the definitions.
okay.
There's a few more things I'd like to see on the site.
Well, this is just, that's why I'm saying it's my first attempt at the definition.
Yeah, well, that's.
Oh, yeah, there, it's.
And I need to write things down as I'm looking at a site plan and see what's missing and then go back and put it in.
So you comprise this based on looking at some site plans, or do you took it from another reg?
I took it from a combination of, yeah, what I want to see and what a couple towns had definitions, so.
And Brand's reviewed this one too, or
Yeah.
that was, okay.
Yeah, he's reviewed all of it.
All right,
I mean, one of the key ones I would put out right out front would be a zoning table.
zoning
A
table.
zoning table on the site plan.
Okay.
All right, so we can button that up. You wanna talk about commercial district?
All right, so do you guys want to see this again next month?
No, I think just with that zoning table is the only thing we changed. I don't think so.
So do you want,
Or-
well, you have to go to public, it has to go to public
Oh,
hearing.
okay.
Right,
And you wouldn't be able to do November anyways, because it's gotta go to the regional planning and they need more time than when our meeting is in November.
Right.
So,
This will be in December.
in December, which is,
15th. Well, maybe that's next year's.
it's the 16th, it's the week before Christmas.
I'll give you a chance to read it.
We could set that public hearing next month, right? We don't-
No, I
Oh,
had-
now,
if we-
oh,
if
so
you
we can start
wanted-
the ball rolling.
If you want it in December, we need to set it now to get this paperwork for me to format everything and get it to regional health, or the regional. Otherwise, we can do it in January, I mean, which would be January 20.
because we're gonna go right up into, against the holidays anyway.
Right.
We gotta get it through regional.
We're gonna talk about commercial. Should we set the public hearing for both at the same time or separately?
I mean, you can do them at the same time, if they're ready at the same
Yeah,
time,
but we're not ready yet.
No,
Right,
not
I think we're there with the ADUs.
right, so I mean, we can do them separate, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
absolutely.
All right, so that's why I wanted to know now, should we set the public hearing for this or talk about commercial district? But if
So
that's,
if you want it in December, then, or do you wanna wait till January,
You think we have enough time to get it through?
the
regional?
review?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if I get it out in the next 2 weeks, we should be fine to get it to them. I just have to get it to them. It's like 35 days and the next meeting is like 30, so.
yeah. I don't think there's a huge rush on this.
well, if delaying it till January means we could maybe do both of them at the same public hearing, why not?
That's fine.
Okay. All right, so we won't set any public hearing for either of them yet, but with the intent of setting the meeting.
Yeah, we
next
would
month.
we'd have to set it next month if you want
For
it in
January,
January,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. And if anybody has reviews them and has any other suggestions or any thoughts, comments, whatever. I'm not gonna be offended if you think they're horrible, so just let me know.
But if somebody says, oh, I want this paragraph changed and sends it to you,
Then
You
it will
bounce
need,
it to the
yeah, we
commission?
can, yeah,
Yeah,
we can
right.
discuss it. at the
unless
next
it's a
meeting
typo or something.
Right,
minor,
or
yeah,
something minor.
yeah, all right. I just wouldn't want, some paragraphs to change and then like it was based on one person's input.
Oh, no, I wouldn't
Okay.
do that.
Okay. And I know you did commercial district and passed that out a while back.
I passed it out a while back. I haven't done anything more with it until you guys give me your thoughts. I mean, it's been, commercial is difficult.
You have a deadline date for us? No more thoughts after so-and-so?
I was hoping tonight, since I sent it out for last month's meeting, but, we can go over it and have some thoughts on a few things.
Okay.
A couple of the definitions, like microbrewery, micro winery, they were in the reg explaining it, so it just needed to be moved to the definitions. And then for uses permitted, 569 A1. and this was how Attorney Brand said to do this, that a zoning permit done by the zoning officer, if it's less than a certain size, so like if it's, a barber shop or a beauty nail salon, and, you know, if they keep changing names and the nail salon over there, then, you know, that isn't something that really needs to come back for you when it's like a use that's already been there. But if it's up to a certain size, so that's what I need your input on how big of this built within a building.
Mhm.
500 square feet, 1,000 square feet.
Mhm.
You know, like where the cooking company was, that's now gonna be the owner of the Madison House is doing basically the same thing the cooking company was.
Mhm.
So I didn't see the need for it to come back to you.
I just maybe, maybe like by a percentage, if it's a, you know, like to like use.
Mhm.
And they're not gonna, let's say they're not gonna expand their footprint
Footprint,
by more than, let's say, 20%. We're good, we'd be good.
Okay.
Something like that.
okay, and if it's,
Provided it's not a change of use.
Hmm?
Provided it's not a change of use.
Yeah, exactly.
and if it is a
it's-
change of use, but it's something that's allowed, like it was a hair salon and now it's gonna be a nail salon.
Yeah, so there's nothing in the same.
Right.
Genre. So to
Right.
speak, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna do pizza, now they're gonna do Subway,
Right.
you know, one.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay,
Because we did, you had a question mark after will not occupy less than X square
Right.
feet of floor area.
yeah, and this language is strictly marked, so,
But it's still a question mark. Are we gonna?
right, because he didn't know what,
Percentage or we're gonna?
well, it's up to you guys,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what he, well, it's up to you, if you liked that idea, or if you wanted to like to like. Or similar use, similar enough that, you know, and because it does say that I have the right to, I can refer anything I want to you guys if I'm not comfortable with something.
Yeah, I think just a number, you could just say 20%. You know.
Not expand the footprint by 20%.
If you got a hair salon and somebody buys it out and they wanna put 5 more chairs in, they're gonna add on to the building, whatever, that would be. It would be something we'd want to consider.
So instead of will
Which
not
is something you
occupy
would
less
look at anyway because of the expansion.
Right.
So instead of occupy less than X square feet, it will not expand more than 20%, right, or something like that. That's what you're thinking of placing it with. See if Mark Rance sees an issue with that. And of, I guess existing, yeah.
Little less than it could be occupying the existing space.
I'm sorry?
Instead of just occupying the existing space.
Mhm.
Not-
Well, yeah,
not
that's-
Put a footage limit on it.
Occupy,
Because if somebody's got 1,800 square feet, they're gonna go in and do something at 1,800 square feet, the same thing.
So, yeah,
then that's not expanding more than 20%.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're
It
not
could be
doing any
reduced in size.
expansion, yeah.
But as long as it doesn't grow by 30%, you
Yeah.
know, then it's okay.
and in that case, Linda, you got somebody coming in and gonna run the same exact kind of business.
Right, those I haven't brought to you,
I'm sorry?
those I haven't brought to you, I've just,
Right, so that was, do you
Yeah.
do a zoning permit or?
Yeah.
How do you-
yeah, they still get a new zoning permit.
Okay,
And you still have the right to bring it in front anyway.
Right. But this is, you know, like, so the cooking company was gonna switch and it wasn't gonna be a restaurant, but it was gonna be a retail store.
Mhm.
You know, it's something that's permitted if it met all the requirements, or it was gonna be offices, it was gonna be an accounting office.
Mhm.
That's, I mean,
you would keep that for yourself.
I don't know, I'm asking you.
I would, yeah,
Okay,
if they meet all the requirements under the regs, they're not expanding,
right,
and
it's nothing controversial,
it's
it's
a permitted use.
permitted use.
And less restrictive.
The cooking company was gonna turn into an office for a lawyer, attorney,
Mhm.
okay.
But if they're gonna turn it into a restaurant with a bar, then it's coming to you, because that's an expansion
That
of
would
the
be
use.
If we limited it, the expansion to a percentage, could somebody come in and expand 20% and then a year later come in and expand another 20? Technically,
Yeah,
the same.
I mean, so
property?
if they're in a building
If
and
they
they
wanted
take over an
40%, they
adjacent
just did
space
two
and then
steps. They'd have to
take
go.
over another space.
But I'm not saying that will, you always try to think of loopholes people might use to expand by 60%, well, I'll do it 3 times, you know, and get to my, what my ultimate goal is.
So that's why Mark had suggested
I don't know.
a square footage area, like, so if the unit is less than X
The
amount of
same thing
feet.
can happen if you say square footage or percentage.
Mhm.
Well, square footage, if you say 1,000 or it can't get bigger no matter how many times he comes in, right? If you put,
Right,
we're not saying expand by 1,000, we're just saying it won't occupy more than 1,000 square feet. So that's never gonna get bigger.
Mhm.
20% could each time they come in, keep growing and growing,
Mhm.
but I don't know if that will or would happen, or can they do it like 3 months apart? I mean, I guess we could deny it though, right? If we see someone's playing a game with it.
You're not giving it to them as of right, you're just.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
all right.
I mean, you could put 1,500 square feet down and then.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
1,500 square feet has to come in front of the.
I mean, I don't know if there's existing ones, if we put 1,500 and there's 10 that are at 2,000 square feet now, then are they gonna be in trouble if they ever wanna change
They
it?
have to come to you instead of just me. That's,
Okay, right, it doesn't mean they can't.
No, it just means
it
they have to-
Triggers that.
It's just not an administrative zoning
Yeah.
sign
right.
off.
And anything I'm not comfortable with, I can, or
Yeah.
send to you.
So do you wanna have it both? It can't expand more than 20% or occupy more than X square feet? What do we put, 1,000 or
I would
1,500?
just put a square foot number in there that Linda's comfortable with.
All right, yeah, and
1,500,
and Mark said
1,800.
that, okay, so let's forget about the expanded. So if somebody has 800 and they wanna make it 1,500, that's not, it's gonna trigger anything, but
Right.
she can still kick it to us if she wants to.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, 1,500, we'll put. All right, for trigger. Linda, I had a note here that you were gonna add criteria for site plan submission.
Right, that's what, yeah, we have to come up with site plan criteria.
Not just the definition of a site
Not
plan,
just-
but what's the process, right?
Like what do they, for a site plan approval, what do they need? So they need a site plan that shows XYZ. They need approval from health. They always need approval from health.
Like a checklist almost, right?
Yeah, almost like a checklist, like a site plan. So,
Okay, and I know like when people do an application, you have like,
Mhm.
does it do this, does it have
Right.
that? Maybe we can have.
we need what, if
Similar
it needs
things,
wetlands
But
approval.
under special use,
Mhm.
it kind of spells out the whole site plan.
But it's listed under special use, not site plan. So I mean, I can take that stuff and just move it and have site plan, special use.
Right.
Because right now it's only special use.
Yeah,
We don't have any
okay.
criteria, so I can,
So that's something you'd send us? You could
Yeah, I can write
supplement
it.
to this?
yeah,
And I think I had a note too, Alec, you were thinking about maybe trying to tweak the cottage definition, but I think Linda said she just took it from CGS 8A, whatever that is.
Connecticut General Statutes.
Yeah.
A question,
Hey, what?
yeah, I'd like to ask just a question. Linda, all the changes are all the things that you're writing in this. These are all state mandated, right?
They're not all state mandated yet. They're just, I mean, not everything is state mandated, but I mean, some of it will become state mandated. Some is just where I see commercial use is going in other towns. I'm trying to be, you have to stay competitive with other.
But Linda,
Towns.
we aren't other towns. We aren't other towns. I think we should stay even with the state. And if the state is writing regs and they hand them down to each town, then we've got to go along with it. But we don't have to jump the gun before because the- each town is drastically different. And, you know,
But I think the state is,
no, she just said it isn't. She said that some of the things that you're writing, Linda, are not mandated by the state. You just said it.
Right, they're not mandated yet,
Right.
but they
So
will
then-
be,
so then-
or they
yeah.
may be, which means we have to go
Right.
through this process again.
No, so if you get a mandate from the state, then you include it in the regs and we vote upon it and it's put in the regs. The interesting thing that because I went over the document, excuse me, I went over the document and it's very interesting. When I look through, I see the different applications, the different situations that can arise, hotels, tank storage for petroleum, for this.
But those are already in the reg.
I
Those are
know.
Currently there.
I understand that. I understand that. They're written in there. They're not stipulated. Like we actually went through a whole process with the accessory apartments. Okay, we actually wrote a series of regs that deal with that. We also did with and these are just recently, semi-recently, and then really recently we just did the over 55 community, and we actually spent a lot of time and we wrote regs. And when I look at the list, there's 47 applications in what you're in this document that you've kind of pulled together, and that's a lot. And
Well, it's commercial, so we only have one commercial zone, that's why.
yeah.
If we had multiple commercial zones, they would all be in different commercial zones possibly. But when you look at it, I mean, for the special exceptions, the hotels, the automobile services, the theaters, the billiards, those are all been there. Those have all been there since 2012.
I understand that. But that doesn't mean you can't take them out either. If they're not mandated by the state, the town can do whatever it wants with the regs outside of the state mandating something. You don't have to include ahead of time that which may never be asked. And the one thing that I really take exception to is this cottage cluster. And it actually says a grouping of at least at least, that means it could be higher. A grouping of at least 4 detached housing units or live work units per acre. It's a staggering situation, is that on 1 acre more, so you could put 9 on there. Okay, it's too many. Is that a state mandated situation, the cottage cluster?
It was in the bill that the governor vetoed, so it's gonna come back. It's
So
probably
it's
that vetoed
so
again.
at the present, it's not.
And
It's not a state mandated situation.
because we say 4, it doesn't mean that we have on 1 acre. They still have to meet all the requirements of setbacks. They still have to be able to meet health, which means septic and water wells. And if they can't meet it on 1 acre, then they can't do it. And
That's
it
fine.
doesn't say what size the buildings have to be. They can be smaller buildings.
That's not the point. It's the acre and the statement. It doesn't just say 4 detached housing units. At least 4 detached housing units. It's a strange writing of a reg. It really is a strange right, and it's also
It's
at
not a
present
regulation, it's a definition.
Right.
right.
It's
And
not a
yeah, but
regulation, it's a definition.
And it's a definition from the state.
you're saying
Let's
it is
do
a
it.
definition from the state.
It's a definition that was in the housing bill.
In other words, if you have 5
was-
houses on 1 acre, it's called a cottage cluster. It doesn't mean we we have a regulation that allows, them to do that. I mean, our reg, because of health and safety, other reasons, they may not be able to do it, but let me flip it the other way. If this bill doesn't pass, do we think we would want to pull those things out of it then? I mean, it's just
Well,
a
just-
definition, but
Right.
it might encourage eight
All-
houses on an acre.
Paul, if you go to the next to the last page, it says required characteristics. The lot of the buildings involved in any general or special use, and I know special use in a commercial district shall conform to the following characteristics. Minimum lot area, 1 acre.
Where was this, the second to last paragraph, you said?
Second to last page.
Oh.
I mean, it just jumped out, especially
last
when I combine it with the cottage cluster.
You're saying they contradict each other, right?
Yeah. No, they kind of work hand in glove with each other.
But 1 acre is the minimum lot right now in our commercial zone. I didn't change that. That's what it is.
No, I understand that. I understand that.
So what are we
Still, I'm
saying?
still not seeing that 1 acre statement.
Look on the last page up top.
But that's what we have existing.
Right.
Like the Comcast building, that's what it is,
Minimum
right?
lot area, 1 acre. Okay.
I'm sorry, Mike, what?
Like the existing Comcast building that we have next to Dunkin' Donuts,
Mhm.
that's 1 acre, right?
It might be. It's a small lot.
It's something like that. It's smaller than 2 acres.
Yeah.
It's been 1 acre. So that's not new.
Right.
So Alec, what's the issue that we're defining something?
Yeah, the cottage cluster. All I'm saying is that if, and Linda, you said that basically the regs are what's being handed down from the state. Some of them have been handed down and some of them haven't, but they've been vetoed. And it just seems like we're jumping the gun on the regs, including them in the regs before they really need to be. And that doesn't mean that we can't even take this. If the state isn't demanding 1 acre, we could take that reg out actually.
You're missing, it's not a regulation, it's a definition.
A definition.
That's where the confusion is. It's just a definition.
And the acre, that's the criteria for a commercial zone. That how big the lot is, the frontage, the setbacks, that's all criteria. You have to have that in your zone. You have to say residential is 2 acres, 200 feet of frontage. Commercial is 1 acre, 150 feet of frontage. You have to have that table.
Yeah, and you've got that on the last
Right.
page.
So let me ask this question. If somebody comes in and they find there's a 2 acre lot and they say, I want to put a cottage cluster of 12 houses on these 2 acres. It meets everything else it needs to. Do we have any say as to whether or not they can do that or not do it?
Well, it's by special exception in the reg, so you have a lot of say on what you approve. And so on an acre, so they could have a 2 acre parcel and they could put all 4 houses on 1 acre and leave the other acre as open space. That's still a cottage cluster. It doesn't mean everything has to be on that 1 acre. It could be larger. And it's by special exception, so you have all kinds of say of what you'll approve.
That's the key.
Right.
It is by special
It's
exception.
not by right,
And that gives us total control.
right?
But that definition is not in the state regs right now.
No, it was vetoed, but
Right.
it will come back and,
No, I don't doubt it will, but just.
and the cottage cluster and the live, work, housing. I mean, Lamont is very much in favor of that. So that part of it, I think, will stay. It was some of the other stuff that he got the pushback on.
And actually live-work units are a different category than cottage or a two-bedroom home.
Right.
It's a whole different,
Right, you work down, so you have like a studio downstairs and an apartment upstairs.
So did we bring in all the definitions from the regs?
We did. We brought in, 3-family, middle housing, perfect six. We added religious facilities because we didn't have a definition for them. So,
That makes sense.
So it sounds as if we really need to look at this again and come to some definitive conclusions. When?
I mean, you guys are in charge.
But we've had this like multiple months now.
That's exactly right.
And all these have to be through special exception? All these that were added, that will,
No, not every
Okay,
definition has to
alright.
be by special exception. Like I mean, unless you want it, and that's one of the things, I did religious facilities, I did by site plan because it's a religious facility, you're not gonna be able to deny it, more or less. If it meets the criteria of the setbacks and all that type of stuff, you can't tell a church no.
the other part of that is if you don't have a definition, now you're open to interpretation if somebody wants to come in and do something. So you're
Exactly.
better off having the definition than not.
So I added that, and then I added, middle housing as a site plan approval, because that's another one that he's very keen on, and the legislature's very keen on, and that's up to 9 units together, so,
On what size possible?
I mean, well, we have 1 acre minimum, so,
We're talking good commercial, right? Yeah, okay.
yeah, so, and, you could put that up to 9 units on a commercial lot. That's what the state says, so it's up to you, but 9 units on 1 acre, I think that's probably gonna be tough in town with septic and well, so,
They're really tough.
yeah, so the chances of us seeing that, but,
It's like squeezing 4 cottages on an acre, but if the time
Right.
you do septic
Yeah.
separation and well separation and
Right.
setbacks,
right,
you're gonna be hard pressed to stuff 4 units on 1
That's
acre.
right.
I don't know why I had a note here, what percent must be affordable? None of
Well,
this has to
and-
do with affordable, does it?
but, and that isn't a thing that,
Might be pushed down.
Mark Branch brought up, like middle housing, you could say to get it approved, you need X amount affordable. You could require affordable
Yeah, okay.
if you want.
So the affordable component can make some of the zoning requirements go away, but it
Mhm.
still can't get you out of health or any of that.
Right, it can't get you out of health and safety, so. And one of the other things with our commercial zone is it's only on Route 80 and Route 81, which are state roads, which means they need state driveway, a driveway off the state highway to get anything. They have to get state approval before they can even come to us, basically.
As far as that affordable question,
Mhm.
we had an application a few years ago where the commission, some people on the commission were trying to force the applicant to do affordable, although we didn't have any regulation about affordable.
Right.
So it may be to our advantage to say,
Like middle housing, if you want to do a middle housing development, 20% must be affordable,
Well, I
50%,
think-
whatever you
well,
want
I
to
think
do.
it would be more like the commission at the commission's discretion can require some affordable units. You don't have to name a number
Okay,
or a percentage, just some affordable units. That way, we've got something to work with.
right.
But
Well,
if-
then you would want to move, the middle housing to a special exception in that site plan approval.
Mhm.
Which is what the state's thing was, it was gonna be an as of right.
To say what,
The state bill was gonna be an as of right.
as of right,
And that's where he got pushback, so he was thinking, okay, then we could say with site plan approval. basically it's still an as of right.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's something to think about.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to give a number, if you want to move it to,
Well,
we could still do site plan approval. And I mean, in our definition of middle housing, we could say, you know, I mean, there's some, you know, we can probably put site, under the criteria for site plan approval, we could say for any housing included in the development, the commission has the discretion to require affordable housing.
And that would lead to developers protesting.
But again, middle housing is only a definition.
Yeah.
It's not a
Not the
regulation.
No, if it was a regulation.
Well, we have it as under site plan as being allowed,
You're right.
but again, are you gonna get 9 units? Or you can go up to 9 units, so you could do 4, maybe you could on a perfect 1 acre lot. You know, do 4 1-bedrooms, because then that's only 1,250 septic. Right.
Mhm.
You do, central system and, which needs state approval.
Also needs state
Right,
approval.
it's in. But
And now you
this
have
is,
to have a community well, so you hope you can get enough water.
but those are things they have to be able to prove they can do.
yeah, I mean, the likelihood
Of anyone wanting to do any of that sorry, Killingworth is,
The cost to build right now,
yeah,
right now, the affordable housing payback is about 30 years on your investment. If you're gonna put up, say, 30 or 40 1-bedroom units,
Mhm.
your payback's about 30 years.
But it seems like with this density and double, triple, or even perfect sixes, that would drive the price down to where it probably would be affordable, right? I mean, almost if
well,
you're,
no, because you gotta deal with infrastructure, you gotta deal with septic and the well, and that's where the money is, that's where the cost is.
okay, it just seems like, if each house had 1/6 of an acre and it was, 1,000 square feet, it seems like it'd be affordable or,
If you had city water and sewer,
Still could be 300,000 to build that 1,000
Yeah.
square feet.
Well, what would the commission, if this, you say, oh, it's gonna probably get approved, but if it doesn't, are we gonna wanna clear these definitions out, or? Cause if we're just gonna clear them out, then yeah, why put them in? But if we like,
I think
probably
you're,
leave them even
I
if it
think you're
doesn't.
better with the definitions in because it takes away gray areas.
that's right.
And we still have control over approving all of these, right? I guess.
right,
And
because
like I said,
otherwise,
we had that one case where somebody wanted to put up a bunch of units in. Some members of the commission thought, well, we're gonna, to make him squirm or whatever, we're going to make him do affordable. We don't have any,
Down on the corner,
we don't have anything on affordable
because he's doing
In
affordable, he's
the,
got affordables in
in the regs, so we were really shooting ourselves in the foot by trying to do that. And we probably would have been a lawsuit. So, but anyway, we got by that, we didn't do it. So the definition says, Rich says, it's good to have.
it clarifies what
Right.
you're allowing, what you
Yep.
mean,
Right.
you know.
Right.
If you just say multifamily, don't say 3-family, don't say perfect 6, don't say middle housing, then,
And even if we just tweaked one of these, say we said at least 2 detached housing units, then when the law changes, we'd have to fix that to 4, right?
Mhm.
Push it back up,
Mhm.
right? Unless the law tweaks these, when it gets approved.
Mhm.
Well, based on the description, they seem like mostly just definitions, not requirements.
Right, the first page is just strictly definitions.
I'm not opposed if you feel, especially if you feel it's coming. That's my personal opinion, but
Yeah.
one of
I agree.
a whole commission here. General feeling about leaving versus taking them out?
I'd say leave them in.
General feeling what?
General feeling about leaving these definitions in versus taking or making them less?
Not regulation.
Yeah, I say leave them in
Yeah, they protect. us.
definitions.
Okay, all right, well, we'll leave them in then, yep. Okay, that's it, for both,
I did, I'm sorry to go back to the
That's okay.
accessory.
Yeah.
But I did have a question. When we talk about the special exception in there, the language, I wasn't sure as I was sitting here reading it while we were doing the other section. So we talk about the larger than 33%, right? So are there 3 potential exceptions there? If it's larger than 33% of the primary dwelling, that would be an exception. And if it's located on 10 or less than 10 acres, that would be an exception? Or are they tied together?
Right, it's, so if you have 10 acres or more, you can have up to 1,600 square feet and
Right.
3 bedrooms. Basically, anything other than that, you have to go you would need to go before the commission. So if you wanted 1,600 square feet and you only had 8 acres, you'd have to go.
Because the way it reads to me, it's like it's tied together.
so,
And
yeah, should we put or after the word
Like,
primary
or after
dwelling?
each of those, like 33% of the primary dwelling or
Or
1,000 square feet, or larger than 33% of the primary dwelling, or larger than 1,000 square feet, or located on less than 10 acres. Like, are
Yeah, I
those
see
like
what you're saying,
3?
Well, if it's right, if you want more than 33% or that probably doesn't need it, or more than 1,000 square feet on less than 10 acres, you have to go to the commission.
That's what it says. It says
Well-
larger than 33% or 1,000 square feet. That's exactly what it says.
But then it says and located on less than 10 acres. So what if you had less than 33, let's say you had,
But it also says 1,000 square feet of primary dwelling, like.
right, of the
33%,
primary,
like
right, because,
those, I don't know, the words don't,
oh, I see, yeah, it should be unit larger than 33% of primary dwelling or 1,000 square feet.
right.
And I think, or located on less than 10 acres, because it has to meet those, right, to not require special exception. So if it doesn't meet any of those, oh, wait,
If it's more than 10 acres,
You're okay. 'cause
then
you're
it's
in-
not a special exception.
Right.
If
But
it's
it-
less
but it
than
just
10 acres,
seems like they
to
should-
exceed the 1,000 square feet at a 33%, less than 10 acres, it's a special exception.
It just seems like maybe the wording just
Okay.
needs to be shifted a
yeah, I
little
think
bit there.
the
to say
33% should be tied to the of primary
Of primary
dwelling.
residence,
Okay.
right, of the primary dwelling.
Or 1,000 square feet, regardless of the size of the primary dwelling.
Right.
So just put that over there.
And then, okay, or located.
Yeah, I think it should be or located, because if it's small and it's okay size wise, but it's on 8 acres, it's gonna need a special exception, right?
Right, so I think it's the 3.
Well, no, because,
No?
because if you can get 1,000 square feet, like your house allows 1,000 square feet, and you have 2 acres, you can have it. You don't need 10.
Oh, okay. All right, then maybe it's not or, maybe that is and.
Yeah,
Okay.
so maybe just look at it, see if
I'll
we
look
can
at it
clarify
and
the
see.
words a little bit, because it's not that clear.
Yeah, and we want to be clear.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
it.
Okay, so that was the, all the rest of old business, number
Well,
8.
Do we need to go through the rest of the commercial, or are you guys good
Oh,
with
I'm sorry.
everything?
Can we
else?
just, stop the
I think
definitions?
we hit
The important stuff?
the major sticking point. That's all
Right.
it is.
Yeah, the 1,500 square feet, we said we can use for
Mhm.
size of the commercial. You're gonna send us
So you want me to, I
the
can
process
look,
and checklist for site plan
Yeah,
submission, right?
and I can look and see, the one, yeah, on 8 mixed use. Do we want a percentage? Shall be used as residential and no, I mean, we had crossed it out when we had met, but I don't know if you want a percentage to say you have to have at least 25%, commercial and a mix, because it's a mixed use, so it's gotta be, or do we not care as long as it's a mixed use?
What number is this? of mixed uses.
Yeah,
We just say it's a mixture of commercial and residential, right?
right. Do we
May
care
be
what the,
permitted, yeah.
we don't care,
Oh, provided that, it used to say no more than 50%,
right,
right, could be used as residential. Now
That's what
we
you
struck
had.
That out, right?
Right.
right. And the number, and we struck out how many units because it's based on what the septic tells somebody can have. Because, you know, if you got a 10-acre parcel versus a 2-acre parcel, and you're putting one building up. Could be different.
So as an example, would someone care if 90% was residential and 10% was commercial, right?
That's what I'm asking.
And
and
yeah,
do you-
it seems like that seems weird for mixed use in a commercial district to be 90% residential dwelling units.
Or, you know, that plaza where the Cafe Laurel is,
Mhm,
their barrel house.
mhm.
Let's say the owner came along and said, hey, we're gonna make all the second story, all the second floor,
Residential,
it's all residential.
they could.
That'd be okay,
Mhm.
Provided they could
provided they can pull it off.
Right,
Yeah.
help code, because right now they've already got problems over there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just
yes. I mean,
hypothetically,
everything is health code in this town.
hypothetically, it all comes up against the health code.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
for our use,
Right,
yeah, you could do it. If you want.
Yeah, if we want to give flexibility to make it 90% residential, as long as something is commercial, that gives maximum flexibility, but
Mhm.
is that,
Yeah, it's kind of like the argument that's going on right now, especially in the cities. About, you know, converting all the unused office buildings
Into
to
apartments, same
into
kind of
apartments,
thing.
residential. Yeah, good. They're sitting there doing nothing.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, and there are places where people actually want to live in the city.
but this does,
Obviously, none of us.
this doesn't apply to existing buildings, it could be brand new one.
Like you be
Yeah,
both.
right, yeah,
Right.
both, yeah. Like, I get you don't, like, Pharmatica, we don't want that to sit unused as a commercial, only, so we allowed them to put apartments in the upper half.
Right.
Right,
Get some use out of it.
And we didn't have a percentage in that, right?
well,
Back
you
then
had a
we
max of 10.
We did back then.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah, you did a max of 10. So,
And also, we had, you couldn't have residential on the first floor, I believe.
right, which we've taken out.
So everyone agree that gives a lot of latitude for the commercial districts to become primarily residential
Mhm.
structures.
Right,
Yeah.
well, I mean, we do have multifamily in here as a use in the commercial district.
Already.
Yeah,
I just wrote some notes on that one. Shall be determined by public health code, fire code, building code,
which one?
or the number of residential units. I would say it has to be driven by all three.
But that's a given though.
Right.
That's a given.
So I probably just wrote health code,
Yeah. I mean, we don't have that.
because that's like the first stop is the health code. So if they say no, it doesn't go any further.
It seems to me like kind of really blurring the line between commercial and residential, though, if we're allowing. Well, we're not allowing commercial and residential, so that would be a problem, right? But we're
Right.
allowing more residential and commercial.
Right, but we don't have any residential zone that allows multifamily other than 2-family. I mean, our residential doesn't allow for an apartment.
Oh, so it's the only place we could get these
unless-
definitions in the front into the town, right?
Well,
commercial
I mean,
lots.
it makes the most sense.
Yeah,
Is to put it in that area.
right. So they don't pop into, neighborhood
Right, because, you
two-acre
know,
lots, yeah.
you got an empty lot in a subdivision that hasn't been built and somebody decides they want to put a 6-unit apartment in there,
Yeah,
I can hear it now, so.
Yep. All right. Okay, anything else? All right, let's move on to report of officers and subcommittees. I know yours didn't meet all summer, right? Did they meet in September?
What?
Or maybe it was Alex, was it Frog, the River Frog?
Oh, the regional planning commission.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
region.
both of us are on.
Yeah, did you have a September meeting? I know you
No.
had the summer off.
No, we have a meeting coming up this coming Monday.
Okay, all right, so no updates for that then. Any other I'm not aware of any other committees, subcommittees, okay? Unless they're behind my back. All right. Okay, then, that ends the regular meeting. I mean, we're gonna go into executive session. I'm gonna brief the commission on Running Brook Farms litigation and let you guys know what we're up to. And Linda and Tom are both like in the loop on this, as well as, Selectman, Eric, yeah. So yeah, not that we can have open discussions outside of this meeting, but we're free to discuss that at this meeting, all the questions you want. We just can't have, shared outside of this. That's why it's executive and private. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off, guys, okay?
Thank
Good
you.
night.
All right.
Good night.